Hey guys, Richie here again with another custom preset video for the Helix, and I'm using the Variax today as well. So this is a Helix and Variax together video. A few people have asked me about using the Variax acoustic sounds, the ones that are built into this guitar, and how I go about processing them. I really like the way this sounds, and I think it sounds great by itself, but with the Helix you can enhance the sound and make it even better. So first let's go over to the custom tone page here. I uploaded a couple of sounds that we're going to be working with today. First we have Variax Acoustics, and then Variax Expression Capo. They're essentially the same sound, but they work a little differently, so I'm going to talk about that. So let's go to the the Helix editor, excuse me. So here's the sound, which I think sounds fabulous. So let's listen to what it sounds like with no processing. So I'm going to mute everything here, or bypass everything, I should say. Still a good sound, but we can punch it up a little bit. So let's go one by one through the thought process here behind the first preset, which is Variax Acoustics. So here is with the preamp added. And to me that makes a big difference. I mean, mainly I use it just to goose the volume up, but it also adds some character to it, which I really like. Next I added an EQ. And this is just the parametric, and I'm mainly using this to scoop out some of the low mids, like the really woofy stuff, and add a little sparkle back. Next, I'm using the LA Studio compressor. And that's evening out the sound even more, compressing it, making it louder. Then I have my favorite, the chamber reverb. Then, like all my presets, or most of them, I have this volume block that attenuates the sound 3 decibels. And the reason I do this is so I can turn that block off when I want to boost, and it's a clean boost. So I find that when I attenuate things, it's better than just adding. So anyway, then for fun I put a looper at the end here, and that's because I know a lot of people like using acoustic guitars with loopers. So now you can do that. Oh, a little trick for you guys using the Variax. When you're looping and say you want to do like an Ed Sheeran type bass drum thing, you're not going to really get that from doing this. So a little trick I found is if you actually hit the saddle, you can make your loop that way. Or you can even, if you want like a softer kick drum sound, you can actually hit the bar. So there you go, that's some fun. Okay, so that's my basic acoustic sound, and I really like that, and I can use that for everything. And I use this sort of thing on my podcast, Band Geek, which you can see over here. Whatever, okay. So now let's talk about the wacky stuff I did on this. So if you look over here on the pedal board, I have a few things mapped. First thing says 12 string, so let's see what that does. So all I'm doing here is telling the Variax change models. So let's talk about how to do that in case you want to do that on one of your own patches. So you can do this right from the Helix editor on the screen, but I'm going to do it from the software because it's easier to see right now. So all you got to do is go to the Variax block, or actually the input block, which at this point is the Variax. So, and you want to go to controller assign, and you go to parameter Variax model. And I have that mapped to foot switch 2. Minimum value is acoustic 4, which is that first guitar sound I was using. And then when I hit it, it goes to acoustic. I'm sorry, it goes from acoustic 5 to acoustic 4, which is a 12 string. And that's really handy in a pinch if you want to go rapidly from 12 to 6, or 6 to 12. and I named it 12 string here, so that's pretty easy. Now the even crazier thing I did was I put a capo button here. So check out what happens here. So say I'm like, I can do a, I could even do that with the capo, put the 12 string on. Got to change it to avoid copyright infringement. So, but I found personally that a lot of acoustic songs I have to put a capo on the 12 string, so I did that, made it a feature here of this preset, you know. Now, one thing to note, I'm not saying that this is going to replace your capo. A capo sounds better than stretching the whole Variax model up a fifth, but I'll show you the difference just so you can hear it back and forth. So that sounds really nice. When I do this, you hear artifacts, but in a pinch, that's amazing. Because if you're doing a song like Hotel California and you want to do everything, you're not going to want to keep putting the capo on and you know, and then having to retune. It's too much. So for something like this, where you can just hit that passage really fast, that's amazing. So, like I said, I chose to go capo on 7, but you can do whatever interval you want, and let me show you how to change that. It's a little time consuming, but it's not too bad. So what you do is, I went to every single string here on the Variax, and I mapped it to foot switch 3, where the minimum value is 0, and the maximum value is 7. So you have to go through all the strings and make sure it says the same thing. Minimum 0, maximum 7, all mapped to foot switch 3. Say you prefer to have your capo on the 2nd fret, then just make sure this value says 2. It's that easy, and you can tweak these presets however you want. You know, this isn't set in stone. Like if you download this and you think, you know, why does he have the capo on 7, or why is the compressor so heavy, or why is there's too much high end, feel free to go nuts and tweak it and make it your own. So that's this one. The next variation I have is something called Variax Expression Capo. So it's the same sound. Oh wait, one more thing I forgot to mention on that last preset, sorry. The expression pedal on the regular Variax Acoustics preset, that's reverb. Reverb mix. So you can really dial it in the way you want. On the other version, the other variation, which is Variax Expression Capo, the expression pedal is doing something different and kind of wacky. Now this is more of an experimental thing, so I don't know if you guys will be into it, but let me go through what I mapped to the switches here. So I have the 12 string again. And now I have the reverb on and off, the looper, and the gain. So this time the reverb's not an expression, because on expression 2 I have transpose, like the string changes. So this is going to be a little wacky. So there's that. If I move the expression pedal up a little bit, so right now that's like having the expression, the capo on the 2nd fret. And I have it mapped all the way up to the 7th fret. So various positions in this expression pedal are different fret positions. Now, if you play while you move this, it's going to sound awful. Listen. You don't want that. So it might be a little tough to figure out, you know, where it is. I guess a way around that is you could maybe look at this while you're doing it. I don't know, but like I said, this is experimental. This is sort of a fun, wacky thing to play with. But depending on how good you are with your expression pedal, you can get your virtual capo anywhere. So let's talk about how I did that. Like I said, everything else is the same on this. So if I go to controller assign, and I go back up to the strings here, I just have them mapped to expression pedal 2. Minimum value 0, maximum value 7. Now, you can tweak this and make this more usable. It's kind of tough with 7 positions on that one expression pedal, but for example, say you only go up to 3rd fret with the capo, you can make that maximum 3, and then there's a lot more room there to tweak it from open 1, 2, 3. And again, not a capo replacement, sort of a fun thing to do in a pinch. If you're doing a whole song with a capo, I'd recommend just grabbing a capo. But if you're doing like what many of us in cover bands have to do, is grab something really quick just for a couple of bars, then this is a really good solution for you. It's, you know, the audience will probably not latch on to the fact that something's a little fishy just for 2 bars, but that's what really makes this setup, the Variax and the Helix, invaluable, is that you can do crazy stuff. One person, one guitar, one rig. It's pretty awesome. So I hope you like that. For more videos like this, check out my playlist here. That's all my tutorials and all that stuff. And if you want to hear the Helix and the Variax in action, I don't know if I said this before, but check out the Band Geek podcast. There's a link for that. And thank you very much, guys. Thanks for watching, and I hope you liked it. Please comment, like, and subscribe. I learned most of my tricks from reading comments and seeing the things that you guys are doing, and I really appreciate that. So, thank you. Thanks for watching this video. To see even more videos, make sure you subscribe to this channel. If you'd like to interact with me on social media, please follow my Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram accounts. If you like podcasts, check out my show Band Geek on the Riotcast Network. For tour dates and even more info, go to richiecastellano.com. Now, here's a video I picked just for you. I think you'll like it. Go ahead, click it. It's good. Eh?